Hi everybody, welcome back to Your Yoga with M YouTube channel. Lovely to have you. I think it's time for an updated morning flow. So here we are, a little bit deeper into it, a bit more movement just to energize us for the day ahead. Without further ado, let's get going. We're going to start in a nice, comfortable, easy sitting position, whether that's cross-legged, one shin in front of the other, or kneeling on your feet, whatever feels good. Bring your hands to your knees either way, palms facing up, and then let's shut our eyes down. Just let them close. Take a big breath in through the nose. Fill your lungs. Breathe in. Big sigh. And let your shoulders drop away from your ears as you do. Let's take two more of these. Breathe in. One more. Okay, keeping those eyes closed down, let's get some neck stretches in. So on your next exhale, let's let our right ear fall to our right shoulder. And have a little explore here. Let your head move from side to side. Take your chin up to the ceiling and then back down to the collarbone, just to see where needs more attention. Okay, next inhale, let's bring it back up to center. Big exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Again, have a move around, see how that feels. Always super tight in the morning. Really good to wake our muscles up nice and gently like this though. Okay, inhale, let's come back to center. Big inhale, arms come wide and high overhead, palms meet. Exhale, let your left hand come down to right knee, bringing your right hand behind you. Open your eyes if you need to. Balance behind you with your right hand. Don't lean too far back. Try and stay upright. And then twist your back shoulder, your right shoulder around, and twist your head round with it if it feels okay on your neck. Tall, long spine here, reaching the crown away from the tailbone. Really use your left hand on your right knee to manage to twist a little bit more. Okay, let's release, bringing hands above head again, palms meeting. And then big exhale, let's go the other way. So right hand to left knee, left hand behind us to support us. Long, tall spine, reaching all the way around, pulling that left shoulder back. Okay, on your next inhale, let's come back to center, bringing arms wide and high. Big inhale. Exhale down the center line and let's get moving. We're going to get going with some gentle heart melting and child posing. So let's come to tabletop. So knees underneath our hips, hands underneath our shoulders. We're going to edge our hands to the top edges of the mat. So walk them forward nice and gently. And then melt your heart down. So keeping your hips over your knees if you can, melting your heart down to the mat, really falling into those shoulders. Breathe here, let your forehead come all the way down. If you want to really open up the front of your neck, you can come onto your chin, but be gentle. It's morning time, so just see what your body needs just now. Okay, let's walk our hands in a little bit and push back into the hips, coming back to child's pose. Let your knees wiggle out the way a little bit, it doesn't have to be much, and then keep your heart melted down to the ground, hands overhead. Take a breath here. Okay, on your next inhale, plant those hands and then lift your hips, roll your back, tuck your chin as you pull yourself up, and then melt your hips into the ground as your chest comes forward and your shoulders come back. Breathe in here. And then exhale back to tabletop. Let's do it one more time. So hands to the top of the mat. Hips stay where they are. Sink that heart down on chin or forehead, whichever feels good for you today. Melting that heart. And then walking your hands back, pushing your hips to your heels, back to child's pose. One breath here. Counteracting, rounding the spine, pushing, tucking that tailbone, pushing your spine to the ceiling, and then melting your hips down. Shoulders come over, elbows and wrists. Heart beams forwards, let the head fall back if it feels okay. Feel strong in your shoulders, don't melt down in the shoulders, just the hips. Okay, back to tabletop. I hope your spine is feeling nice and awake now. So bring your hands slightly further forward and then tuck those toes, push your tailbone high. Let's come into our first downward dog. Be gentle here. Let's just take it nice and easy. Bend the knees. See how your hamstrings feel. This can be a really good indication as to whether we should push ourselves today or take it super easy. So just listen to your body, listen to your breath. Let your eyes shut down here for a few breaths. Okay, let's not hang around. Right leg comes high, three-legged dog. Bend the knee so your foot's coming to your booty. And then let's do some big circles, waking up those hips. Let's do 3. Okay, then come back to where we started. Lunge that leg through, trying to land like a fairy. We're in a lunge. So bring that left hand just outside the mat, so coming a bit wider, and then reach your right arm high. Let's go for a twist. Reach those right fingertips to the ceiling. Feel strong in that left shoulder. Don't crumple into it. Really push the ground away. Okay, now we're going to come onto the sides of our feet. So we're coming onto the knife's edge of the left foot and the right foot. This is a bit of a side plank variation. You've got this. Keep those hips high. Okay, let's come back to our lunge. Plant both hands. Heel toe that right foot to the outside of the mat, and then bring the left foot to the left pinky. So we're in a wide-legged forward fold now. Let's bend our knees and dip our tailbones low, coming into Malasana, Hindi squat. Bringing elbows to knees, squeezing those knees out the way with our arms, bringing hands to heart center, or keep them on the ground if you feel like you've not woken up enough yet for this. But squeeze those knees out, let your shoulders drop down your back. Feel tall in your crown, let your tailbone sink down to the ground. Close your eyes for a breath. Whew. Okay, let's drop those hands to the ground, push our hips high, standing forward fold. On your next inhale, make it a big long one, filling up those lungs, rolling up nice and slowly, arms coming wide and high, reaching to the ceiling. And then exhale down the center line into Tadasana. Hands at our sides, palms facing forward. Roll your shoulders down your back. And then let's do the other side. Okay, so let's make our way to downward dog. Big inhale, arms come wide and high. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands, lunge our right leg back, and then left. Push the tailbone high. We're in downward dog. Time for the left leg. Lift it up high, three-legged dog. Bend the heel into the bum. Let's do some hip rotations. So the knee comes down and out. Nice and wide, really opening that hip. Okay, bring it back to where it was. Landing in between the hands. Planting that right hand on the outside of the mat. Reaching left hand high, fingertips to the ceiling, stacking shoulders, smiling. Today's a good day. You're starting off so well. And then let's move on to the sides of the feet. So coming onto the knife's edge of both feet here, really opening up the hips. Keep them high. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Okay, let's come down. And let's bring that left foot to the outside of the mat, toes pointing out the way, heel in, and then match that with the right foot on the other side. Bend the knees, sink the tailbone low, Malasana again. So elbows to knees, pushing them out, shoulders down your back, tall, long spine, eyes shut down. Take a breath. Feel the energy you're producing in your body already. Maybe have a wiggle from side to side. Okay, let's plant those hands, push our tailbones high, bring the toes in, forward fold. Roll up nice and slowly as we inhale, arms coming wide and high. Big exhale, down to Tadasana. So staying at the top of our mats, we're going to come into eagle pose. So lift your right leg, knee into chest. Squeeze it in there. And then bend the left leg, and as you do, sink down, wrapping that right leg over the top of the left thigh, and then wrapping it around at the ankle as well if you'd like. Bring your hands in front of you, bend at the elbow, elbow at shoulder height, drop your shoulders down your back. Let's cross the opposite arm, so the left arm over the top of the right, binding again once or twice. Pull your elbows up as we inhale, exhale, sink down. You've got this. Squeeze your legs together. One more breath here. Breathe in all the way to your thighs. Whew. Okay, let's unwrap the legs. Keep the arms as they are. Lean that right leg back and your body forward. We're coming into warrior 3 with eagle arms. Flex the foot so the right toes are facing towards the mat. Okay, drop that foot. We're coming into high lunge. Unravel the arms, bring them to cactus. Elbows at shoulder height, fingertips to the ceiling. Let's squeeze our shoulder blades to open our chest. Heart opens. Beam it up to the ceiling. Squeeze the shoulder blades. And then on your next exhale, curve round. Elbows coming together, chin tucking. Opening back up again to neutral. And then sweeping hands to the mat. Pushing back to plank with your left leg, either on your feet or on your knees, whatever feels good. Wherever you are, let's kind of shift our weight forward. So really coming onto the tips of our toes and then back again. Push into those heels, feel your calves open. Let's do that one more time. Shift forward. Really warming up the body here, pushing back. Okay, coming back to neutral. Keep those elbows tucked. Let's lower ourselves down as we exhale. Big inhale, cobra, lifting our chest, letting our shoulders drop down our back, squeezing the glutes a little bit, elbows in at the ribs. Take a breath here. Okay, let's lower our chest down. We're going to come into bow pose. So on our tummies, bend both knees, and then if you can, reach back and hold your ankles with both hands. Flex your feet, and then lift your thighs up off the ground and your chest and head as well. You kind of really just want to feel like you're balancing here. Try and keep your knees closer together. Don't bring them too wide. One more breath. Feel your back working. Oh, and then release. Bring your hands under your shoulders. Let's push back for child's pose. Knees come wide, toes together. Sink your heart down. Extend your arms overhead. Or if you want to rest your shoulders, you can pull them back and hold your heels. But let's just take a breath. Okay, next inhale, let's push up. Use your breath to help you. Come into tabletop. Bring your hands slightly further forward. Tuck your toes, tailbone high, downward dog. Okay, let's take that short walk to the top of the mat, standing forward fold, let your head be heavy. And then big inhale as you roll up nice and slowly, arms coming wide and high. Exhaling down the center line, Tadasana. Let's do the other side. Okay, so we're coming back to eagle. Let's pull our left knee into chest this time. Okay, bend the right knee slightly, feel strong in that right foot, and then cross the left leg over once or twice, sinking even lower into that bend in the right leg. Elbows come parallel to shoulders, drop your shoulders down your back, opposite arm. So right arm comes over the top, again binding once or twice. Breathe in, lift the elbows, exhale, sink, let the elbows drop. You've got this, squeeze those legs, smile through it. One more breath. Okay, let's come to warrior 3. Unravel that left leg. Swing it back, lean forward. Warrior 3 with bound arms. Flex that foot, left toes pointing to the mat. Try and keep your hips parallel to the ground. Breathe here. Okay, let's come into our high lunge. Drop those toes. Unravel the arms to cactus. Let's open our hearts again. So squeeze those elbows back, shoulder blades come to touch. Push your heart forward, big inhale, exhale, elbows meet in front of us, tuck that chin, really curve under. Bring your elbows back to cactus, and then let's sweep forward. Push that right leg back to plank. You know what's coming. Let's push ourselves forward from toes or knees, over, shoulders coming over the wrists. Push back into those heels. So again, big inhale, roll forward. Exhale, push back. Okay, bring yourself to neutral, elbows tucked, roll all the way down to the floor. And then cobra, pulling your chest up high, squeezing those glutes, taking a breath, smiling, lowering ourselves down. Time for bow pose again. Flex those feet as we bend the knees, reach back with your hands, pull your knees up, pull your chest up, squeeze everything in your back. You've got this, pull your shoulders back, squeeze the shoulder blades. One more breath here. Oh, okay, let's release. Hands plant underneath our shoulders, bend at the knee, push back, child's pose. Let your heart melt into the ground. Enjoy this moment. Have your arms and hands wherever feels comfortable. Okay, let's plant those hands in front of us. Help ourselves up to downward dog. Tuck those toes, tailbone comes high. Let's walk to the top of the mat for standing forward fold, and let's have a little side bend. So I'll move so you guys can see me better. Our arms are hanging down. Let's bring our right leg behind our left and to the side. So this is already a really good stretch here for the IT band and up the whole side of our body. If you want a little bit more, then you can reach your right hand to the top left corner. So really opening that up and then push back into your right hip. Really feel that. Breathe through it. One more breath here. Okay, let's come back to neutral. Left leg comes behind right. Stay here or reach that left hand to the right. Try and find something in your body to let go of, to relax. Really push back in that left hip. Okay, let's come back to neutral forward fold. And let's bring our knees down, coming in to oh, that was a big crack. Coming into tabletop. Bring your knees together and sit back. And we're just going to try and tuck your pinky toes under as well. Don't leave them out. We're just going to take a little bit of a moment to stretch out our toes. But let's bring our left hand to our back, palms facing away. And then reach for it with your right hand. Have a quick little stretch here. Pull that top elbow away. One more breath. This is a good distraction for the toe stretch. Okay, release. Let's do the other way. Try and fiddle around, trying to find your hands. If you can't reach your hands, then use your top or whatever you have on. One more breath. Okay, let's release. Let's come off those toes and let's just give them a little minute to unfurl and then just hit them off the ground just to say you're okay. Very aggressive toe cuddle. And let's come back to easy sitting just to take a breath and to be proud of what we've done here today. So back to how we started, hands on our knees, palms facing up. Close your eyes down and roll your shoulders down your back. Let's take a big breath in through the nose. Big exhale, big sigh. Hands together, heart center. Let's bow to close the practice. Well done, yogis. I hope you're feeling amazing and ready to boss this day. You can do it. I believe in you. Thank you for doing some yoga with me this morning. Give me a subscribe if you'd like to. I've got more coming your way, and check out all the other videos and give me a like and a comment, all that stuff. And find me on socials for all the live class details. Have an amazing day.